There's been no doubt that the Grandview girls soccer has had its triumphs throughout the years. Back-to-back state titles twice have cemented their legacy not only in Colorado, but in the nation. Having not made the playoffs since 2019, and after dealing with the 2020 COVID year, the girls looking to bounce back in a big way this year.
The Wolves are meant to be in the playoffs.
This season started out promising. With the first two games and the first two home games being canceled due to weather, the Wolves started out their season with a 3-game road trip. A 1-0 victory over Castleview and a 2-0 victory over Regis Jesuit put them at 2-0. The Wolves then went to Foster Ridge and Fort Collins and tied. The Wolves sat at 2-0-1 coming back home to Legacy. Their first opponent back, Valor Christian.
The low point was probably after our first loss ever of the season against Valor.
I remember I had just come off and I was looking on the sidelines and Molly had gone down for some reason, and then the player just touched the ball right by her, and all I was thinking is I'm about to yell at Jordy, back post, she's going to shoot it back post. And then I was just like, I'm going to keep quiet, she's got it. And sure enough, she shot it back post, and I was just like, oh.
I don't think they outplayed us to get that goal at all. It was a lucky goal.
But I knew we were still going to be fine if we lost, so it was okay. But I just knew when I got on, I just had to go and give it my all.
Our back line was a little different in that game because we had Molly playing at our center back, and we kind of started to realize that she needed to be in the middle, and we just really solidified our back line from there and just made the changes we had to.
It was definitely a turning point because after that game, everyone was upset, and we just knew we never wanted to feel that again.
I just hated it. I think we took that loss and we took the pros and cons we did, but mostly the cons of that game, and we just worked on it in training, and we never forgot that loss, and that fueled us in training to just get better, be the better team.
After a heartbreaking loss to the Eagles, the Wolves hit a low point on the season at 2-1-1. As the Wolves looked to shake off the loss, number 6 Mountain Vista rolled into town. A quick strike from Naomi Clark.
Mountain Vista defender. Oh, opportunity here. Clark shot. Goal!
Put the Wolves up 1-0, and they didn't look back. Nytes scored a goal on her 18th birthday to help defeat the Mullen Mustangs 3-0.
It was a little weird. I don't know. I didn't really expect that to happen, but it was really cool when it happened, and it was on my birthday, so that was even better.
Grandview went on to beat Cherokee Trail 1-0. The Wolves had number 7 Cherry Creek to look forward to.
The Creek game was one of our better games, I'd say, where we kind of really started to come together.
We had a couple of games that just absolutely surprised me, just the way that we were connecting. The Creek game were probably the biggest.
The Wolves escaped Stutler with a 2-1 victory, the last time an opponent would score against the Wolves in the regular season. The Wolves entered the new week seemingly deadlocked at the number 4 spot after a 1-0 win over Eaglehurst and an 0-0 tie against Thunder Ridge. However, the schedule seemed to look up after this. The Wolves mercy rolled a struggling Smoky Hill team, then went to Stutler to play Arapahoe. With the 2-0 win, the Wolves locked up the top spot in Centennial League play. Everything was looking good. Rocky Mountain came to town in a rescheduled game from the beginning of the season. The Wolves handled them quickly with a 5-0 win, and soon, another mercy roll victory over Overland followed. Then came senior night.
Oh, definitely senior night.
That was probably one of my favorite games.
We were playing Columbine, and it's when our coach gives out roses to all the seniors, and he gives a little speech about all of them. Our whole team was bawling because we're all sad that they're leaving.
And I teared up. It was just so special. They're your seniors, they're your captains of the team.
Right after that, he walks out of the locker room, and we blast the speaker, and we're all just dancing and having so much fun.
In the locker room before, we did a whole little dance thing, and Coach Wood talked about every senior individually.
And he just walks in and just laughs because we were all just crying, and it was nice.
In a turn of events, the original first game became the last of the regular season, and the Wolves were better now than they were at the beginning of the season. No one doubted that. The Wolves came out rolling with a 2-0 victory.
Barnes' kick is in. Sitting way over the heads and a header, and that's good! Wow! Taylor Gentry! Oh my! Far side Har. Har looking to cross. Does. Dillahay there. Goal! Dillahay! Off of Dillahay will score.
And in case you weren't keeping a running total at home, the Wolves scored 10 goals in the first 8 games, scoring 2 or more goals only 3 times. In the last 7 games of the regular season, the Wolves scored 2 or more goals 5 times, putting the ball into the back of the net 30 times. Everything was clicking, just in time for the playoffs.
Yeah, so the first couple of games, I was like, uh-oh, Because I knew we had potential coming into it, but, coming in playing with new people that you've never played with before, it's definitely different. And so I think we've grown, incredible amounts. If you watch our first game to, one of our last games, the difference is crazy.
Oh, just hanging out with them. It just kind of brought us closer. Team sleepover was really fun, and, team dinners always help us because we just, learn more and more about each other each time, which is good.
I've seen us definitely grow as a team on and off the field. So one of our biggest weaknesses was scoring and finishing and getting runs in the boxes. And I think just throughout all the games, we've gone a lot better at it, and we've shown. I think any time at team dinner, we were just always bonding and talking, and it was just chemistry like no other.
We had a team sleepover where we all bonded, got some chemistry going.
Win 5 games. That's your hope. Win 5 and you're state champions. Lucky for the Wolves, they're riding a 5-game win streak. But the playoffs are a unique experience. An experience not many of the girls on this team have.
It's nothing like the regular season, I'll tell you that.
It's a lot of adrenaline because each game is anything can happen in any game. Any team can beat any team on any single day.
It's been a great experience. I didn't think it would become so personal for me.
Student section is way bigger, a lot more pressure on you.
There's a lot of pressure for sure.
Definitely pressure to score. Club coaches come out, college coaches come out to watch you.
I really, really want to win.
I still treat it as every individual game that I play.
The Wolves were ready to go. They're ranked number 4 in the state and top seed in their quadrant. Home sweet home it was for the Wolves. Up until the semifinals, which are held at DU, the Wolves would have home field advantage at Legacy. Do or die in front of the home crowd.
I think it 100% helped because when you have your home crowd behind you and the cheers, and they have all these cheers and the sound effects they make, and I think it fuels you more on the field to keep going.
It's awesome. I love having people at our games, when they're making noise and yelling at the other team.
Home advantage is so good because, we don't play bad away. It's just and home just makes me feel at home. And the student section, there's always so many people that come out, and it's just, it's so nice.
In a playoff game against number 29 Denver East, the Wolves looked to stump the Angels. A lockdown first half held the Angels and Wolves deadlocked at 0. During the second half, Megan Gonzalez lifted one past the East goaltender to break the tie, lift Grandview hopes of winning. Alexis Robinson then sealed the deal, and the Wolves won 2-0. Both teams played some excellent defense, but it was the Wolves defense who kept the ball from reaching Jordan Nytes the whole game, who came away with the victory.
It was, we scored some good goals. Miss Meg over here scored a great goal, and it was just really exciting when we scored both of them. I thought it was important for us all, as a backline, to just keep that energy going.
For the record, Naomi Clark tied her shoe more times than Denver East had shots on goal. Friday night, the Wolves stared down another type of wolf in the Rocky Mountain Lobos.
I knew they were going to come out a lot harder than they did the first time, and I didn't want us to be kind of full of ourselves since we beat them 5-0 last time, but they gave us a way different game the second time.
In my mind, it was we have to win. Before the game in the locker room, Coach Wood wasn't there, but we had our 2 amazing assistant coaches talking about, we've prepared for this, we know what we're doing, we're going to come out and we have to show that.
Similar to the last playoff game, the 2 teams entered halftime all knotted up.
First half was really, really rough. We just, I feel we played down to their level. I don't know what clicks, but, at halftime, I just, oh my God, we only have 40 minutes left to, win this game or we're done. Come out there. Nicole, our assistant coach, just gets us all hyped, and I just knew I had to do some things.
As the stands started filling up as the sun set on senior sundown, Naomi Clark scored the most beautiful goal I have ever seen. Near the Grandview student section, she dances around a defender and lifts one in. Look at this again. Naomi Clark, play it cool.
It was an absolute banger. We were all waiting for her to shoot.
I just went out there and just shot it, went in, and I was like, oh, nice.
I don't really celebrate. I really need to find a celebration because usually I just turn around and just walk away.
Unfortunately, the Lobos came storming back with a goal of their own.
I say out loud, I was like, okay, we have to score now. We're not losing.
So overtime it is. The rules are simple. Score or go home.
Oh, I was like, oh, this could be the end of it. I was like, this could be the end. And Molly Skrasinski and Avery came up to me, and we're in this tiny little triangle huddle, and we're like, they look at me and go, Nay, do you want this to be our last game? And I was like, no, I don't. I really don't. I was so scared in that moment. I was so sad. I was like, we got to go out there.
We were all like kind of like calm. Like obviously, yeah, like we were fired up, but like a calm sense. And we just kept saying like, we're not losing. Like it's not acceptable. We have to win. And that was just in our minds.
And the first opportunity came for the Lobos. Foul on the play, and the Lobos get a perfect opportunity to get a goal on the penalty kick.
I was in the wall, and I was obviously listening to Jordy where to go.
I was confident, honestly.
And I was just like praying like, don't don't score. And she skied it over, and I was like, okay.
It just didn't go my way.
So the Wolves live on. Going the other way, a pass gets deflected out, and it's a corner kick for the Wolves. Grandview's hero, GDTV's own, Maddy Hopkins.
As a kid, I always practiced curving it in from the corner. I just remember I would do it with my dad over and over and over. I set up my angle to curve it more, and I wasn't like thinking like I'm gonna score now, but I was like curve it as much as you can. I did it, and I saw it curve and go into the goal, and I was like, it's in, and then the goalie hit it in. I was ecstatic. I was so just like almost like, what did I just do?
That was awesome. It's a great goal. Well done, Maddy.
But and then like all my teammates came rushing, and it was just like we did it. Like we didn't lose, we won, and it was just the best moment of my life.
Oh, I was so relieved. I was so happy. I was just like, oh, we're not done yet. We're still going. We're still kicking.
After Legacy roots Mount Vista 6-3, the Wolves play Legacy at Legacy Stadium. Looking at the numbers, the game looked like it would be neck and neck. A team that scores a lot playing the team that doesn't allow scoring. Legacy was looking good, and the stage was set.
That was by far my best game, my favorite game of the whole season. Same thing, going to halftime, 0-0 as always, and I don't know what clicks, but at halftime I was like, oh my god, it's this is the time we either gotta score or we're gonna be going home. So I came out and I did this literally almost the exact same thing I did Rocky Mountain. I did the exact same move, I did the exact same pullback. And then I did the exact same shot with my left. That actually hit the crossbar or some sort of corner, and Issa tapped it. It was nice. I didn't realize till at the end of the game that she scored it, because I thought I scored it because I turned away.
Zoe Park accidentally ran over the goalie. Luckily, everyone is okay. And Naomi finally gets one after using the footwork to lift one past the goalie.
I just kept pushing on, and I was like, 1-0 lead is not a good lead in the playoffs, especially against this team. This team is good. I go in, and I don't know, it's a 1v2, and then there's a keeper, so it's basically 1v3, and I was like, oh god. And so I'm just doing all these moves, and then I'm like, I just take it to my left again. I'm not even left-footed. I take it to my left again, and then I shoot it with my left and go. Yes.
Legacy wasn't done, though. Penalty kick, and the Bolts look to crawl back. Madison Allshouse makes Nytes dive the wrong way, and the Lightning have life. 2-1.
I mean, it was a good finish, good goal. It is what it is.
I was like, if they score again, we're tied. This is not going to be good. I don't want to go in overtime. And then that's when somehow the ball popped out. It was me versus the keeper, and I just did it straight out. And the thing is, she plays on my club, so I knew how good she was. I was like, okay, so I can't hit it right-footed. She knows I'm right-footed. So I took it to my left again. Shot. I was like, yes. So that's just how it ended. I was so happy. Highlight of my season right there.
Icing on the cake. 3-1, Grandview's moving on. The Wolves stared down number 1 Valor for a second time this season, who still hadn't lost a game this year. The Wolves lost to them earlier in the season, but have not only grown as a team, they were looking for redemption.
I 100% see it like that because last game against them, it was a very back and forth game. Valor did have most of the possession, and we were mostly playing defense. But I think that was also one of the earlier games. So we've, like in practice, obviously grown as a team and really worked on our weaknesses. And I think it would be a hell of a game.
Yes. When I saw them on our schedule, as being our semifinalist, I was just so excited because it's been 2 years. Last year we scrimmaged them, we lost. This year we played them, we lost, and I want to beat them so bad. I just knew we can't lose or else we're done. So just going out there and giving it my all, no matter if it's the last game or if it's just the beginning.
This time I feel like we've faced like a lot harder competition like leading up to them, so I feel like we're more prepared, and it was like the third game of the season or something like that, and it was just like we were just like got thrown into it. But now I feel like we've developed more. We've become more of a team.
Coming into this game, Valor is ranked number 2 in the nation. The Wolves sat at number 19. So it was do or die at DU. There's no home field advantage anymore.
It feels a lot more like professional, a lot more official.
The Wolves were in the 7:30 slot, meaning that before they even hit the field, they would know who they would be waiting for them in the championship game. That night, they got to watch Broomfield knock one in for the game winner over Columbine. However, the Wolves had their own game to worry about, and it certainly did not disappoint.
Yeah, so I think we were all ready coming into it. We knew it was going to be the hardest game we'd play all season because they actually know how to move the ball and play soccer. We were a little shook at first. I think everybody was a little frantic, but we settled down.
Opportunity after opportunity fell through for the Eagles, but the defense was there to stop anything. Nytes was a brick wall and saved the ball from reaching the back of the net more than once. Alexis Robinson had an opportunity at the end of the first half, but hit the crossbar and went out. Per usual, 0-0 at half, and the Wolves were looking for something.
I was a little nervous about our offense just being able to keep the ball. I wasn't freaking out about it. I think we were all pretty calm and collected. We had a good talk, and I think it got us ready for the second half.
Nytes continued to make great saves, and the Eagles' defense kept anything from happening on the other side.
Put on in here, trying to head that out, still danger zone. And off the crossbar it goes with the left foot.
The Wolves and Eagles were still deadlocked at 0 when the horn sounded, signifying overtime.
I kind of expected it, honestly. I think we were ready.
Nytes played lights out, literally. After Valor misses an open net to put it away, the lights go off. 10:30, staying past dark. 3 hours, fans and players alike were at DU. And that wouldn't be too much of an issue if it weren't freezing.
Yeah, it was really random. It really came on suddenly, and I think we were all kind of expecting it to be warm. I wasn't expecting any of the wind or cold. We've dealt with pretty rough conditions all season, so I think we were able to adapt to it pretty well.
Temperatures dropped over 40 degrees throughout the game, and so with the light delay, the girls went inside.
It was like a blessing for us, honestly. We all needed to get some food and some water in us and just recollect because they had a lot of the momentum right then. So it was really good for us, actually. We were all pretty calm, honestly. Our coaches were giving us some motivational words. We were all just staying calm and collected, and we knew we were in it, and we just kept each other positive and kept our heads up.
This was certainly a momentum shift for the Wolves, a well-needed one. Everything seemed to be falling Valor's way before the delay, and Grandview needed something. Coming out of the delay, Naomi Clark gets a gorgeous pass to Meg Gonzalez. The goalie comes out of the net to play it, and the Wolves are state-bound.
Winning last night, it was the best feeling I've ever felt in my life.
That game last night was really difficult, and we just wanted it, I guess.
I was running in circles back there. It was crazy. I was just so excited. I never felt anything like it before.
You don't get a state title without hearing from your rivals, though. And when it comes to rivalries, Broomfield and Grandview has got to be a good one. Dating all the way back to the 2014-15 season, the Wolves won state on a 2-0 victory over Broomfield. The following year, the Wolves knocked out the Eagles again, this time in the semifinals with a 1-0 win. In 2018, the Wolves defeated the Broomfield Eagles again with a 1-0 overtime win to win their 4th state title in program history and 3rd in 4 years. After falling short to the Wolves, the Eagles took the opportunity to win one with Grandview out of the playoffs last year. The Eagles, who were coming off a state championship in 2021, were looking to finally get one back on the Wolves. For 11 seniors, they get their last opportunity for a state win. And for the group as a whole, 19 girls come together for a chance to cement their legacy not only in Grandview history, but in the history of a rivalry beginning nearly a decade ago. And between these two rivals, nothing else matters than one. One shot, one half, one save, one win, one goal. Naomi Clark, how about 3?
There's been times when it's been 90 degrees too, which is horrible. There's a cross inside, touch to the far side post, and the equalizer for Grandview. Oh, Clark just took it away. Not going to strike yet. Got it on the left foot. There's the strike and a goal. Oh, bounding ball. Look out. Clark's got it on her boots here. Drives. There is goal number 3 and the nail in the coffin for the Wolves.
This has been a story of wins and some losses, triumphs and defeats, blood-pumping moments that'll give you chills every time. A story about 19 girls who promised each other they would win state from the very beginning. But at the end of the day, this is Grandview's game. And no matter which way you put it, this has been a story of the 2021-2022 5A girls soccer state champs, your Grandview Wolves.
This team has a bond that is untouchable. I've never seen a team like this.
We all just got each other's backs.
This team is unlike any other I've ever played with before.
We all play and we all want to win for each other. There's not one person that's like, oh, whatever. Like, no, we're all in it.
The everyday run-of-the-mill absolute chaos and hilarity on the bench.
We all just really love each other a lot, and we just play really well together, and we just make it work every time we step on the field.
It's their ability to work together and also to be adaptable.
We all love each other and we do it for each other, and that's why we're successful time and time again.
Yeah, I helped coach this winter for some of the indoor games, and walking in, in February, you could just sense that something was different.
And we all have one goal, and we're going to accomplish it.
We have lots of players that can play multiple positions, play in multiple places, and so that ability makes it so that we're kind of unpredictable.
We're still new and we're still like creating these bonds, but at the same time we already have those like family bonds,
And I think it's their heart. Day in, day out, come to practice, and they always want it. They're always passionate, and from day one of tryouts, they're like, we want to win a state championship.
I think it's our work ethic. In the second half, we always come out and are the better team in the second half. Like, they don't expect that from us.
Our chemistry is so good. We all really play for each other. We don't play as individuals, and all of our hard work just came through.
Our friendship, honestly, we're so tight on and off the field, and it shows.
We're all best friends. I can't imagine going into this with anyone else. We hang out every weekend together. I mean, these are my family forever.
You're a state champion. What's the feeling like?
It's amazing. I'm so proud of this team. It took so much out of us, but we fought till the end and we made it.
I'm so excited. I'm so excited for this team. We worked so hard this whole season, and it just pays off. It's unreal. I don't believe it's happening. It's crazy.
It's unreal. It's unreal. This was our whole goal the whole season, and we just did that.
Best feeling you could ever imagine, especially as a senior.